Dr. Stegner's in trouble and we need your help. They say that he killed Rita Phillips.
She held the mortgage on my soul.
You thought of killing?
Obsessively.
Did you kill Rita Phillips?
No, I didn't, but maybe that's because somebody beat me to it.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, honey. Hey, you were great.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night. Sleep tight.
Mother?
Lois! Now listen to me.
You killed her!
No. Lois, please. I didn't.
Get away from me!
Petrocelli, I don't understand you at all.
Look, I don't understand what you don't understand.
This report, that's what. Look, I hired you to get enough information to close that crooked clinic.
You hired me to look into the legality of that clinic, nothing more.
Ah, you're mincing words. Look at all those complaints. And all of them from voters registered in my district. And all of them saying that that doctor is nothing but a quack.
That doesn't make him one.
No, but when I get all these complaints from all these good citizens, then I gotta just figure there's something wrong.
Look, if there was anything wrong, I couldn't find it. Now, there's no possible way in the world that we're gonna get a malpractice suit against the Stegner Clinic to stand up in court.
Well, look at all those people that come in for treatments, and ain't but a couple come out alive.
Look, for the last and final time, those people went in there because they were sick. Now, there's no medical guarantee they can be cured.
What am I gonna tell my constituents?
I don't know what to tell them. Tell them to change doctors. Tell them to go to another clinic.
Well, that's fine. That's just fine. That's what I paid your retainer for, huh? Maybe the good doctor isn't the only one who needs to be investigated.
Mr. Lathrop, how old are you?
53 come next March.
You're big enough, but you're just a little too old.
Too old for what?
For me to throw you out of my office.
Now, listen to me, young fella.
Listen to me. Here's your retainer. There's the door. Now, good night, Mr. Lathrop. Take a walk.
What do you think you're doing?
He's only the lawyer. I'm the bookkeeper. Thank you, Mr. Lathrop, and give our best to your constituents. Next month's trailer payment.
You are amazing.
Well, I work at it. How about a root beer? Do you know what I have decided?
What?
If you hadn't married me, you would be just another poor attorney struggling to make his house payments.
As opposed to the obvious success standing before you right now.
In your lush penthouse suite of offices.
Overlooking the Indian jewelry store.
Drinking champagne.
And eating caviar.
Which reminds me, you owe me a dinner.
Oh, that's an offer I can't refuse. Hey.
What?
Okay, wise guy at work. I'm really calm now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, really calm.
Really?
You know what we need in this office?
No, what do we need in this office?
A couch.
Oh?
Well, you know, we stay here kind of late some nights.
Like tonight.
That's right.
You know what? I'm not hungry after all.
Speak for yourself, baby.
Mr. Petrocelli?
Yes. I'm Mrs. Petrocelli. Can we help you?
I know it's awfully late, but I just had to see you.
Miss,
Damon, Angela Damon.
Yeah. The name is very familiar.
I'm the head nurse at the Stegner Clinic.
Of course. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about the clinic.
Yes, I saw that dreadful Mr. Lathrop leave as I parked. Mr. Petrocelli, we need your help. Dr. Stegner's in trouble, and we need your help.
But, why me?
Well, you've just finished conducting an investigation into the clinic.
Yes, so?
If Mr. Lathrop hired you, then you know the low regard in which the clinic is held in some quarters.
No, wait, just a second. See, just because I haven't found any evidence of malpractice doesn't necessarily mean that I approve of the clinic.
I understand that, Mr. Petrocelli, but at least you could talk to Dr. Stegner with an open mind.
Well, no, I really don't know if I can or not.
Well, somebody has to. Mrs. Petrocelli, please.
Why does he need Tony so badly?
He's been arrested for murder. They say that he killed Rita Phillips.
Wait a second. Now, she was his main financial support.
That's just it. He had no reason to kill her. Please, Mr. Petrocelli. Please.
Okay, I'll talk to him. Hang in there, Charlie. Only 18 more days. What do you say, J.D.? How's the wife and the kids?
Oh, couldn't be better. Hey, don't you ever sleep?
No, my wife's trying to use the bed. Listen, I want to see a Dr. Leo Stegner, huh?
Mine, you do get the interesting ones, don't you?
That's because I'm an interesting guy.
Yeah.
Listen, can I see him?
I don't know. We tucked him in and said nighty-night a couple hours ago.
Oh, come on, J.D., untuck him for me, will you?
Yeah. Room 3. I'll have him brought down, all right?
Great. Oh, what about the police report?
Should be ready when you leave.
I'll owe you.
You do.
Mr. Petrocelli?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Thank you. All right, now, what's your plan?
My plan?
Yes, for my defense. I don't suppose you came here just for idle chatter.
No, but I'm not sure that I came here to defend you either.
Well, then why?
Well, I wanted to find out if I wanted to defend you.
Particular, are you?
That's right.
Mr. Petrocelli, how do you feel about the clinic?
Well, if I lost as many clients as you did patients, I'd be out of business.
That simple, is it?
Isn't it?
No, I don't think so. Do you know who I treat at the clinic, Mr. Petrocelli? People no one else will take. People that the rest of the medical profession has turned its back on. Terminal cases.
Then why do you take them?
Where do they go, Mr. Petrocelli, when there's no hope? When they know they're going to die? To some nursing home to wither away? Or in their own homes so their families can see them dying day by day, knowing there's nothing to turn to? So I try methods that are not yet acceptable to everybody. But for people who have nothing to lose, anything's an improvement.
Or is it that the longer they stay alive, the longer they have to pay for those dreams?
If it were the money, Mr. Petrocelli, I can assure you I can make a good deal more prescribing aspirins and placebos to worried housewives. Without Mrs. Phillips, the clinic would have gone under long ago.
Which seems to bring us back to why I'm here. What was your relationship with Mrs. Phillips?
Tenuous.
Meaning?
She called the tune and I danced to it. Oh, sure, she supported the clinic, but it cost me my pound of flesh.
Nevertheless, though, you took her money.
I would have taken money from Hitler to keep the clinic going.
Dr. Stegner, I think you better tell me exactly what happened then.
Ah, yes, all right. I suppose it started around 6 o'clock. I got back in my office. I'd been gone most of the day. And my assistant, Gil Clayton, was waiting for me, and he told me that Rita had called with another one of her infernal messages. I was supposed to be at her place at exactly 10:30. Not earlier, not later.
Was that usual? I mean, the exact time?
There was no usual with Rita, Mr. Petrocelli. She was a very demanding woman. It being Thursday, I knew the servants would be gone. The door was locked, but she always kept a key under the mat, so I went in. Rita? Rita? I called her, but she didn't answer, so I headed for her bedroom.
Yeah, was that also unusual? Because it may be important.
Rita may have had her vices, Mr. Petrocelli, but I wasn't one of them.
I had to know that.
At any rate, she was lying there. I knew she was dead before I even checked her. And she was. I saw the scalpel lying there. I picked it up. I realize now how foolish that was. Lois! Then I saw Lois standing there screaming. Well, the rest of it is, I don't know, just something of a blur. She ran out and the police showed up. And, well, I suppose you know the rest.
Mm-hmm. So that's it. That's the whole story. Huh?
Yes, I'm afraid that's all there is to it. Except, why would I kill the one person who has kept the clinic operating?
Well, there's no reason I can think of.
Does that mean you're my lawyer?
For better or for worse, yeah. Yeah, I'm your lawyer. Well, what about Lois, the daughter?
Well, she was giving a performance at the Playbox Theater. Seems she's an aspiring actress.
Ah, I see. What about that, Clayton, Dr. Stegner's assistant?
Yeah, he was with her. They go together. He took her there. He saw the show, and then he took her home. And you know what happened after that?
Yeah, he dropped her off.
So he says.
Well, look, Pete, I want you to check that out and see if anybody can vouch for the fact that he was there. Huh?
Is he a suspect?
Well, I don't know. Honey, I want you to check out the will and see what happens to Mrs. Phillips' money, you know? And Pete, you drop Maggie off at the office. I'm going to head out to the clinic.
You bet.
Oh, honey, I forgot. Mr. Pipkin called late last night.
Did his wife put him back in jail?
Well, he won't pay the alimony. She's got a perfect right.
Someday, when we have time.
Good morning, Mr. Petrocelli. I just left Dr. Stegner. He says you've agreed to take the case.
Yeah, well, that's right, but I need all the help I can get.
Well, of course, anything I can do to help.
Mm-hmm. What about the clinic's finances?
That's what Dr. Stegner wanted to know.
Well, we're very expensive here because the treatments are highly specialized. But even that is barely enough to cover part of our expenses. So without Mrs. Phillips, I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, she was really what made the clinic run, huh?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Why would Dr. Stegner want to kill her?
That's just it. He wouldn't kill her.
Well, Lois said that she saw him.
Well, that little snip's as bad as her mother, always hanging around getting in the way.
I gather you wouldn't send either one of them a Valentine's Day card, huh?
I don't know which one I hated more.
Why is that?
Well, I couldn't stand a man like Dr. Stegner, a great man, kowtowing to that woman for every penny. And that little snip of a daughter of hers running around after everything in pants, especially Dr. Clayton.
Well, yeah, I heard they were having a thing.
Oh, more than that, they're engaged. One thing he won't have a mother-in-law to worry about now. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Is Dr. Clayton here? Because I'd like to talk to him.
No, he's with his fiancée, helping her get over her terrible loss.
You know where I might find them?
For all I know, she's still rehearsing that stupid play she's in. That's all she's talked about for the past week is that stupid play.
Okay, thanks for your help.
Right.
Oh, yeah, one more question.
Yes?
Did you kill Rita Phillips?
No. No, I didn't, but maybe that's because somebody beat me to it. Good morning.
All right, so we're stuck here. You lost your job. That doesn't mean we have to give it all up.
Oh, look, I'm not giving it all up. It's just that it all seems like such a waste of time.
We've been through hard times before.
Yeah, but you've not been pregnant before.
Well, I can talk to my parents.
Excuse me, Dr. Clayton?
You another cop?
No. I'm Dr. Stegner's attorney, Anthony Petrocelli.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want to sit down?
Yeah, it'll be fine. The show must go on, huh?
Not exactly. I insisted. I thought it would be better for her than just to sit around thinking about her mother.
And you?
Well, I thought if she needed me, I should be close.
But you don't mind sitting through this again, huh?
They're just making some changes.
But you did see it last night.
That's right. Third row, aisle seat, the whole play.
You picked her up?
At 7 o'clock.
Took her to the theater?
And then I took my seat and I saw the play.
You never left?
Not till it was over.
And you drove her home?
That's right.
You didn't stop for a drink, no opening night party?
Nope, I was tired. So I took her home, I dropped her off, then I went to bed.
I haven't had a lot of other things, but I've never lost that. There's one thing I want to ask you, though.
She's good.
That's right.
Almost as good as you are.
What the hell does that mean?
That means you got a terrific alibi. It also means that I don't think that Dr. Stegner killed her. And if he didn't, someone else did. Tell your girl I think she's terrific. I'll see you in court.
Maybe something will turn up after that.
Hey, what do you think of that, huh?
Mr. Pipkin, you're terrific.
You know, before I stopped paying my alimony, I couldn't even do 5.
Well, listen, that's what I came here to talk to you about. I just spoke to Mrs. Pipkin, and she says she's willing to be very reasonable.
Oh, that gets me right here. You know, look, I told you that Donna Jo ain't just a big, dumb blonde. I mean, she's got a mind like a computer.
Look, I think I can get her to settle for half the back alimony, maybe even less than that.
Yeah, real big of her. She's got the house, she's got the car, and that bartender boyfriend she's trying to support.
Look, Mr. Pipkin, if we can settle this, I can get you out of here today.
Well, I've been in worse places, Tony. You meet some real interesting people here.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something else. I never felt better in my life. Look at that stomach. I've taken 2 inches off of it.
Well, obviously, the lady wants to settle. Now, what do you want me to tell her?
No dice. Well, she's running out of cash is what's happening. Now, pretty soon they're going to turn off the electricity and the gas and the phone, and that bartender's going to turn himself off.
Wait a second. Now, do you mean to tell me that you're really going to stay here to spite her?
No, it's not spite, Tony. It's principle. I mean, women control maybe 80% of the country's wealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to try to cut it down to 79.
I gotta go to you. I'll give the ex-Mrs. Pipkin your message.
Well, you do that, Tony. I'll see you.
Keep pumping up, kid. 1, 2.
Counselor?
Hey, Sam. You still putting little old ladies behind bars?
Oh, yeah, sure. In your case, it might be a little old medicine man.
How many times have I told you? No idle threats now.
It's not a threat, and it's not idle. It's just good, solid facts.
Well, convince me.
Well, first, the murder weapon. It was a scalpel that was found at the scene of the crime.
Mm-hmm.
Second, the doctor's fingerprints were all over it. Third, the scalpel is the same or similar to the ones used at his clinic.
Mm-hmm.
And fourth, there is an eyewitness, which places him in the room at the time with the body with a scalpel in his hand. If that's not solid, I don't know what is.
Well, that's solid, Sam, but give me a reason.
Well, there's a reason, and I'll even give it to you. Now, we know that Mrs. Phillips called the clinic that afternoon. She wanted to see the doctor that night, or else. So he showed up. We figure he was none too happy having to run over there all the time.
Rita! Rita!
In here, Leo.
He was none too happy being there, and she had some bad news for him.
What on earth do you want at this hour?
Don't take that attitude with me.
Listen, I have patients to care for. I can't come tromping over here all the time. If it's a sedative you want, fine. I'll be glad.
He didn't like what she had to say, and a fight started. We found the bruises. When it got too tough, he killed her.
Lois. Now listen to me.
You killed her!
Before he could do anything, even try to clean the scalpel, the daughter showed up, and it was all over.
Well, that's an interesting theory, but it's still 0 for motive.
Well, according to Mrs. Phillips' lawyer, she called them earlier in the day and told them to start drawing up papers to dissolve the Rita Phillips Foundation. She was pulling out of the clinic. If that's not a motive, there's never been one. See you in court.
Yeah, that's where I do my business.
This has to be about the worst treatment on geriatrics I've ever read. It's a doomsday book. The aging process treats people like so much cheddar cheese. Here, let me show you
Stegner,
something.
I'd like to ask for your undivided attention now, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you have it.
Look, you remember that we discussed the telephone call from Mrs. Phillips the day of her murder.
Yes, I do.
Do you have anything to add to your account of that conversation?
No. You mean I left something out?
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't have been anything important.
Couldn't have been anything important. Couldn't have been. Would you call her threat to dissolve the Phillips Foundation important?
No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't the Phillips Foundation the source of approximately 85% of the income of the Stegner Clinic?
Yes, it was.
And didn't Rita Phillips threaten to call her a lawyer and order the dissolution of the Phillips Foundation?
Yes.
Wouldn't that also dissolve the Stegner Clinic?
Of course.
And you say there isn't anything important?
I don't say anything, young man. You don't give me a chance.
Well, here's your chance. Go ahead, take the floor.
Mrs. Phillips was always threatening to dissolve her bloody foundation. Hardly a week went by that the old bat wasn't on the phone screeching about one thing or another, demanding that I report to her, hat in hand, or else she'd foreclose.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Foreclose?
That was the word she used.
You mean she held a mortgage on the clinic?
She held the mortgage on my soul.
You know what the cops would call that?
What?
Motive.
And the cops would be right.
So you wanted out from under her financial thumb?
In the worst possible way.
You thought of killing her?
Not until she made the clinic her main beneficiary.
Boy. Oh, I see. Then you thought of killing her?
Obsessively. I would lie awake nights trying to devise the perfect way to dispatch her. It was one of my great private pleasures, just how to do it.
Hey, Dr. Stegner, do you realize what you are saying?
Of course I realize. I'm not a complete idiot, not yet. I thought about killing her, but I didn't. I just always took my pride by the forelock and went over to her place and groveled before her until the storm passed.
What do you mean by that? You groveled?
Given the choice between my pride and the well-being of my patients, I can be the most undignified beggar you ever saw.
Now, you never lost your temper?
No. Just my dignity. And a little freedom.
No. I'll try to see what I can do about that tomorrow when I do my business. In court.
Leo Stegner, how do you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
January 3, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Petrocelli. Listen, do you think there's a chance for bail?
No, there's no chance.
Well, I was just wondering about my patients. Dr. Clayton is a very knowledgeable physician, but...
But what?
I worry about them.
I know that. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Would you mind repeating that? Aha. That's what I thought you said. Thank you.
What did you think he said?
Well, he said Tweedledee ran out of the money.
What? Is that a horse or is that a dog, Tony?
Both.
Well, so much for Tony's ponies.
Well, did you find out who sat next to Clayton at the play?
You bet. It was a couple. Name of Halima.
You live here?
Yep, he's a lineman for the county.
And I can find him up a pole.
That's right.
What about Mrs. Halima?
She works for the university. She teaches there.
What's she teach?
Belly dancing.
You gotta be kidding.
I'm on my way.
No. I want you to go over to the Stegner Clinic and do a personality inventory on Dr. Gil Clayton.
Well, somebody beat me to it. I was talking about Clayton with a friend of mine. He does the same kind of work I do.
And?
And he just finished a report on Clayton for somebody.
We can waive the 3 guesses, huh?
You only need one.
Rita Phillips.
You bet.
That's interesting. So Clayton worked at the Cohio Hospital in Honolulu before coming to San Remo. Mag, you better get out and talk to the belly dancer, huh? You call the Cohio Hospital, find out everything you can about Clayton, to the last detail, huh? I'm gonna see a lady about a 3-act play.
See ya.
7. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change. 50. Okay, the other side. Try the other hip. That's it. Not bad. Okay. All right, ladies. 5 minutes.
Hello. Mrs. Halima?
Yes.
My name is Maggie Petrocelli.
Oh, Mrs. Petrocelli, I'm very sorry, but the afternoon classes are all filled.
Well, isn't that nice?
However, we are starting evening classes 2 nights a week.
Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to talk...
Have you ever done any sort of dancing before?
A little.
Well, I'm sure that you'll find that belly dancing is quite different from anything you've ever done before.
I can believe that.
Actually, just between you and I, belly dancing has a way of exciting men, in the privacy of their own home, of course. I think it has something to do with the movement that really gets to them. Now, take off your shoes and we'll try a little. Go ahead. Okay.
Well,
Now, bend your knee and put this foot forward. Ready? Now, we'll just lift the hip and pow, 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 pow. Bigger. Pow, pow, pow. No, the hip. Pow, pow. There you go. That's pretty good. There you go. There.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Miss Alima.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about the play.
The play?
That you went to.
The play. Let's try it on the other leg now. Ready? And pow, pow, pow.
At the community little theater. My husband is Dr. Stegner's attorney.
Well, I was there.
You were?
Yes. I'll tell you what, why don't you just practice a little bit more? You know, come on. Hop, like that, go ahead. And I'll finish the class, and I'll be right back, and we can talk then, okay? Okay, ladies, let's go.
Oh, Miss Phillips?
You're Mr. Petrocelli?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you if I may.
Oh, yes. Gil said you might stop by to see me.
Yeah, that's right.
He also said that you don't think that Leo, Dr. Stegner, killed my mother.
Well, that's right, too. Look, Miss Phillips, were you very close to your mother?
How do you mean?
Well, did she confide in you? Did she tell you things? Did she tell you how she felt about things?
Sometimes. She was kind of a funny lady. I loved her. And I liked her, too. Oh, she could be hell on wheels, but she really cared about people. That's why she got behind the clinic.
Well, how did she feel about you and Dr. Clayton?
She didn't like him much. But then she didn't like anybody that I ever got serious with. She always said to me, wait, don't rush into marriage. There's a whole world out there for you to see first. You know, it's funny. I was always so independent. And now I really miss her.
Yeah. The night that she died, that was also the opening of the play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Why didn't she come to the play?
Oh, she was going to. She was supposed to come with Gil. Had her ticket and everything. I don't know, something during the day came up. She said she had to talk to Leo that night.
That was about the closing of the clinic?
Oh, you heard about that? No. She threatened poor Leo with that all the time. I think this was something different. Something really important.
But you really don't know what?
No, but I've thought about it a lot. If only I'd talked her into coming here that night. Mr. Petrocelli, if there isn't anything else, I think I better go.
Yeah, well, thanks for your help, and, good luck tonight.
Mr. Petrocelli, you don't wish an actor good luck. You say...
But break a leg?
Goodbye.
All right.
What was that all about?
Well, as my father used to say, qualunque pesca vaca se usi l'esca adatta.
What the hell does that mean?
Any fish will bite, if you give him the right bait. Ladies and gentlemen, direct from the Janacchio Hotel in Marshall, Texas, it's Maggie the Quake. I take it you spoke to our belly dancer, Mrs. Halima.
I did, and you would be amazed what belly dancing does for the body.
Yeah, mine or yours?
Okay, I got the statement, and I also signed up for 2 nights a week.
That's terrific.
The statement is on your desk.
Thank you.
Ollie!
Yeah.
You throw your back out doing that. That's from the coroner. Statement from Mr. Halima. Here's a travel time from the Phillips house to the theater. And here's a report from the hospital in Honolulu.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have enough here now to go to trial.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name and occupation, please.
James Mantley, Deputy Coroner, San Remo County.
Please be seated.
You performed the autopsy on Mrs. Phillips?
I did.
And the cause of death?
A stab wound of the chest, puncturing the heart.
Caused by this scalpel, previously identified as People Exhibit 3.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Cross.
Hiya, Doc. Hope you're feeling better. I see by our report that Mrs. Phillips died no later than 10:30 p.m.
That is correct.
Which, of course, is the time that her daughter came home to discover the body.
That's right.
Could she have died sooner?
Yes.
How much sooner?
Difficult to tell exactly.
Well, let's say 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, about what?
Well, just don't...
Isn't it true that such factors as the heat of the house, the temperature of the body, the amount of alcohol consumed enter into the findings? So that Mrs. Phillips could have died as early as 8:30 p.m.
Yes.
Thank you, Doctor. No further questions.
Redirect, Mr. Merkland? No, Your Honor. Witness excused. People call Lois Phillips. Then you went into the bedroom, where you saw Dr. Stegner, the defendant, leaning over your mother, holding a scalpel.
Yes.
Then you ran out of the house, called the police. They arrived and arrested him.
Yes.
Thank you. Your witness.
Miss Phillips, I know how painful this must be, so I'm going to try to be very brief with you. Now, you last saw your mother at 7 p.m. when Dr. Clayton came to pick you up to go to the theater.
Yes.
Then he drove you home, dropped you off at approximately 10:30 p.m.
Yes.
When you went into the house, did you hear anything?
What do you mean?
Well, anybody talking, any noises?
No, it was very quiet.
And you called your mother,
Yes.
and she didn't answer.
That's right.
Nothing but quiet. Now, the prosecution has already established that there was something of a struggle going on when your mother was killed. Now, isn't it rather strange that in the 2 minutes you were in the house before you saw Dr. Stegner, there were no sounds of a struggle at all? And then when you did see Dr. Stegner, there he was, simply standing over the body all that time.
Yes, I suppose so.
Thank you, Miss Phillips. No further questions.
Mr. Merkland?
No, Your Honor.
Witness is excused.
That was the last witness for the people, Your Honor.
Very well. You ready for the defense, Mr. Petrocelli?
Yes, I am, Your Honor. The defense calls Mrs. Virginia Halima. Mrs. Halima, is that a Turkish name?
Yes, it is.
I kind of thought so. You see, I have an ethnic name myself.
Mr. Petrocelli, can we proceed, please?
Yes, of course, Your Honor. I'm sorry. Please continue.
Well, we went to the play that night.
Now, you were seated in the third row near the aisle.
Yes, I think so.
And between you and the aisle, there was an empty seat.
Yes.
According to the records, that seat was being held for Mrs. Rita Phillips. Now, on the other side of the seat next to the aisle, was there a man seated?
Yes, there was.
Is that man in the courtroom right now?
Yes, it's that man in the first row, the third seat in from the aisle.
Let the record show that she identified Dr. Gil Clayton.
Your Honor, I fail to see the relevancy of all this. It's already been established that Dr. Clayton was at the theater that night.
I would tend to agree. Mr. Petrocelli?
If I may beg the court's indulgence for 2 more questions, relevancy will be shown.
I'll allow that, but briefly. Overruled.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Mrs. Halima, at 9:30, after the intermission, you returned to your seat. Was Dr. Clayton there?
No, he wasn't.
Now, can you be sure of that?
Oh, yes. You see, we were actually a couple of minutes late getting back to our seats. Harry, that's my husband, he had to have one last cigarette. You know, he has a fit if he just doesn't have one. Well, anyway, the play had already started, and I was feeling a little badly about having to walk in front of people to get to my seat. But when we got back, there wasn't anybody there. He did come back in a few minutes later, though.
Thank you.
I still fail to see relevancy.
If I may beg the court's indulgence just for another moment, Your Honor, I will establish it. Now, keeping in mind the testimony you've just heard, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present another version of the death of Rita Phillips.
And you tell him to be here, or else.
We know that Mrs. Phillips set up a meeting with Dr. Stegner that night, a meeting of great importance. Unfortunately for her, she gave the wrong person the message. The message, verified by Mrs. Phillips' attorney, was that based on the incriminating report she had gathered on Clayton, he was to get rid of Clayton at once, or she was going to shut the clinic down and bring charges against Clayton. By the time they left for the theater that night, he had already formulated a plan that would allow him not only to marry the entire Phillips fortune, but also a way to take over the clinic and convert it into whatever he desired. So at intermission, he drove back to the Phillips house to confront Mrs. Phillips.
Get out of this house and get out of our lives.
You're not gonna ruin everything for me now.
There was nothing he could do to change her mind, except kill her. And it was at 9:45, not at 10:30 p.m. that the killing took place.
No. No!
Hey, sure it will. All we have to do is look on the bright side.
Yeah, I was beginning.
He then drove back to the theater, having missed no more than 5 minutes of the play.
I haven't had a lot of other things, but I've never lost that.
Good night, sleep tight.
He then hurried Lois Phillips home in time to catch Dr. Stegner, who had just barely arrived for his 10:30 meeting. The distance from the Phillips house is only 5 miles. A distance that can easily be covered both ways in less than 15 minutes. And one final piece of evidence. The scalpel used by the murderer was manufactured by the Kanabi Manufacturing Company in Japan. It is not sold in the continental United States, but is used at the Kohio Hospital in Honolulu. Dr. Clayton's last position before coming to San Remo. The defense rests.
I suppose merely saying thank you can't really express how I feel, but I do thank you.
What about the clinic?
Who knows? Lois has always been interested. Perhaps she'll continue it. If not, I'll have to find someone else. I'll go on. I have to, don't I?
How about donating half my fee for a start?
That is a start. A good one.
You know what?
What?
The bookkeeper feels good about that.
So does the lawyer.
So does the investigator.